Hello guys and welcome to another video. So, today we're going to have a little bit of a tutorial. Today we're going to be talking about my two theory crafted teams and why they are theory crafted as such. Yeah, I want to try to make you understand how my teams work and why do they work and how and why can I keep my my rank. First of all, we're going to go over the two teams, and then we're going to see individual cases of me using those teams in Arena, and then we'll do some RTA. First of all, the team you see in the table right here. This is my three healer CR comp. This team is designed to cut any team that uses a Bazaar or a AoE opener. So if the enemy uses an AoE opener, my ML Bazaar will cut, and then I'll get a CR boost for my own cleave. And I'll explain how that works. Okay, the way this team works, it basically works like this. Okay, I'm gonna show you some of the character stats, and I'll go over how it works. Okay, all the CR gets funneled into DJ Bazaar. Okay, so DJ Bazaar has 2,865 attack, and that attack is higher than my Blingo's attack, which is 2,830, meaning that the highest attack unit by 35 is DJ Bazaar. And this is good because Blingo has Idol's Shear. I could put an Idol's Shear on DJ Bazaar and it would work very well as well, but because DJ Bazaar is meant to be kind of squishy to proc this, this is my choice. Yeah, I want to have him about 220 speed, which is a slow speed, but is fast enough to when he gets the CR boost, it makes him pretty fast. So if he gets like a 20% CR boost, that's already over 250 or 240 speed. So that's basically the goal. I want to get hit by AoE, because if an AoE hits me, it's going to also trigger the G-Purgus, which his passive gives 18% from the passive itself, and then from the exclusive equipment, it gives 3% more, giving that 21% CR every time they hit G-Purgus. So every time they hit G-Purgus, they're giving 21% CR to my team, and he's also getting 15% CR from Idol's Shears, because they'll also be hitting Blingo, and if it deals enough damage, because it's so squishy, 9,000 HP, it also gains 20% CR from Water Origin. As you can see, his defense is, it could be lower, but he's meant to be high attack, decent speed, and as squishy as possible to make it easy to trigger this. Versus some teams, it would be better to run this, okay? I run Maid Chloe with these two units, and this is mostly because Blingo is a DPS unit that heals quite a bit, because he heals with the damage it deals. DJ Bazaar also scales with his where's the passive? He also scales with his own attack. It scales with the target's max health and caster's attack. So having more attack on this guy will also make his heal better, making the new Shimadra staff that now gives how much effect resistance? 20%? Yeah, 20% effect resistance, and it increases the healing by 32%. Meaning that every time my Blingo heals, yeah, not only is it scaling off of his damage, he's also getting boosted by the Shimadra stuff, making it really hard to get him low and easy to control the match. And this is basically how that team works. And first of all, before I go into the Spez team, we're gonna see this in Arena, in works. We're gonna try to find a Bazaar team, and we'll see how it works. We're always in Challenger 1. Let me just buy some more tickets from the shop. We're always in Challenger 1 because we don't really do Arena very often. We do it to keep ourselves in Champion, and that's basically it. We don't really go much further than that. All right, let's go into our Arena, and then we always look for something that goes first and something that can boost. Is this the one time that I never have things? I guess so. I guess this is the one time. Okay, so we're gonna go first versus the first team, because it doesn't really matter, right? Because yeah, but this is gonna be slower than 220, isn't it? Okay, I'm gonna refresh. Well, there's just 16 seconds. First, let's go into our battle log. We just got hit like a ton. So this won't show you too much. What I do want to show you, by the way, look at this guy in the middle of the screen, Koji no. The biggest counter to my defense team, which is the team that I just showcased, this one, is Oxlot's Judge But the team is so weak to Oxlot's Judge that if you look at this guy, he used 2 level 40 speed imprints and Oxlot's Judge alone, boom. Easy peasy. 2 units, beat my whole team. And as you can see by most of these units, by most of this teams, it's always going to be Oxlot's a DPS, or someone like a CRman for invincibility. Because if they can tank my my Blingo's nuke, the AoE nuke, it means that I would have to be there to control to win. Otherwise, they can trick my my AI, for example, with the Dark Corvus. They can easily trick it into attacking the Dark Corvus and then healing the Dark Corvus, and they're going to be locked down onto a Dark unit because they're all light units. And this is why it's a kind of weak unit for the weak team for that. But if we go down below and if we look at our defenses that we don't have none of, because yeah, we don't have any defenses in here. Okay, but you would see that most of my defenses are versus Bassar teams. If a Bassar team hits me, they normally lose because I cut the Bassar, I cleanse, and then you normally take DPS units with Bassar to try to kill the unit, to kill the team, right? To cleave, and those are the teams that normally don't really work against me. But now the opponents must be okay. Done. All right. Let's see. Let's find a Bassar team. Okay, first team Bassar team. Okay, the showcase is going to be this. Bassar is going to go off, and it's going to push my my ML Bassar, and my ML Bassar is going to cut, because remember, when I get AoE, I get CR from G-Purgus, Idol's Shears, and Water Origin when it deals more damage. And it also helps him to stay alive for a little bit. The healing itself, because the healing itself actually procs from Shumadra as well, so the healing gets improved. It heals life for 2k. How are we faster than this? Okay, this is horrible. By the way, being slower than a Bassar is horrible because we have a lot of buffs coming. So this guy is just... I guess I'll stun him. But as you can see here, look at my Bassar. Look at how much CR he's gonna get. Boom! That was almost 50% CR. If you look, like it was just in the beginning, if you look at him now, he has 60% CR right now. From 0. From that one AoE ability. Yeah? And this is why I like this team so much. The problem is, well, this Bassar is kind of slow, isn't it? We're gonna loop him, so I'm gonna go all out, gonna fully buff here, which could be really bad. Might I add, we're gonna remove skill nullifiers with this one, and the more counters we get from SSB, it's actually good because it keeps pushing our CR. But there is a slight shift in this comp, which is kind of good. Watch this. Blingo has greater attack buff. The moment he has that buff, his attack starts being higher than the than ML Bassar, and this is very good because if ML Bassar stayed the highest possible attack in the team, when I put the invincibility on him, he would loop so hard he would lose it right away. When it swaps to Blingo, it stabilizes the CR, and when I get pushed, they both get equally pushed forward. Okay, and this is good because you don't want the ML Bassar to loop right away. Yeah, and this is also good if you take a lot of Idol's Shears, because from this point on, your DPS will get a lot of turns. Well, this not your DPS, Blingo, because this team only works because I made it, right? It's not something you can really replace. A lot of people say, hey, with that team, who can you replace? Not really anyone. Honestly, you can replace the G-Purgus if you have triple Idol's Shears for the cut itself. For example, if I got ML Tywin, I would put ML Tywin in the front, and I would swap everyone into Idol's Shears, and I would have a triple Idol's Shear team, because then it would still cut from a Bassar. But at the same time, ML Tywin only brings one thing to the table, the heal cutoff, which is actually pretty good, because this team is pretty bad versus high sustain teams, and the slow, which would allow me to loop even further, right? But then I would lose the AoE boost from G-Purgus, which kind of makes the match a bit slower, yeah? We're gonna keep trying to stun this guy, because if we can't really stun him, we need to kill him as fast as possible. So now we go for the AoE nuke from Blingo. Okay, so FSS is dead. This will boost us further, which is good because I do need to kill this Basar. As you can see, my ML Basar is going super crazy. Why am I opening my notifications? Don't ask me. We do need to kill this RB though, because he's gonna reset all my stuff. Okay, can we kill? No, we gave him attack buff. That's not amazing. Can we loop? Yes, we can. Because of that greater attack buff, we managed to loop. And also, can you see his HP? My Blingo has really low HP. From this 1S1, if I crit, look, full HP. Even if you saw that glitch, it even went over his max HP, right? So now he's gonna proc our revives. Well, not on Blingo. This is a good opportunity to heal up and kill the RB. Dual attacks help, but not really that much. Because that SSB is gonna get that turn, and she gonna kill that Blingo, which is not very good. Oh, never mind. We got double stuns, then it's easy peasy. We still got our turn, so that's fine. We would have just killed her. 11k there, and then RB is the big daddy, right? So there's that. When the RB is extremely squishy, what you normally do is you kill it before the Blingo gets the turn, so it never loses his invincibility. Okay, so we're gonna go back to champion on this. All right, already displayed this type of team, so now I'm gonna explain my other team. My other theory crafted team is my Spez team, and this is the one that says Spez cleave right here. All right, this is the draft. The draft is Basar, Leo, Oxlots, and Spez, of course. We'll go over the stats on this, boys. Basar is meant to be fast with high effectiveness, which in this case not very fast, because if you look at this ring, it's a very slow ring. Most of the things are plus 14 speed, except for that ring, because it's kind of trash, and I need to replace this ring. So let's go over this. This is kind of DPS-y just because I wanted high crit chance in case I wanted to use a CDOM for some CR boosting purposes, but I'll go over that. But mostly this guy just wants to have effectiveness and high speed. That's all his job. Doesn't need to do anything other than that. And then there's our Spez. Our Spez needs to be a fast Spez, so he's 202 speed with RNL just for those extra procs to kill more people. And then he needs high attack and decent crit damage. In this case, he doesn't have decent crit damage. I can increase his stats by a ton, but for stun setup Spez, speed is more important than anything else. If you're speed tuned and you're fast, you want to loop more. It's all about looping. It's not really about, you know, nuking those non-stun units, because Leo will support on turn 2 with defense break, and that will be enough. Okay, so believe me, this stats I've never failed to kill a single unit in the game, right? And these stats don't look that good. It's just fast, decent attack, and then his crit damage is kind of low, but it's very safe, 100% crit chance, and that's all we want. We even have a crit chance neck. Okay, I could swap this anytime, but I don't wanna. Right now, this is the fast build, and it works really well, and you'll see. This is our Spez. Let's go into our Leo. And then here's the boy Leo. He has self-imprint to effectiveness, so he has a ton of effectiveness. 230. He wants to be fast. He's almost 220. And the damage that he has is mostly for fun, because sometimes the plan goes wrong, and they need as much DPS on the other units just so they can get away with the rest, right? And now, the last unit is our slow DPS Oxlots, okay? This is meant to be, this is our slow DPS Oxlots. It doesn't have a lot of crit damage, but has pretty high attack and not a lot of speed. He's 191 speed, and that's all we need. We need 190 speed because we need to be 10 or 12 speed apart from Spez, because he needs to go after Spez. So Spez is 202, this guy is 91. So he's 11 speed apart, so they're speed tuned, yeah? And that's all he needs to do. He needs to be slow. So I said, hey, if he's gonna be slow, why not give him some damage? So that's just filling up the gaps of the team itself. And the last unit, there's no last unit. Those are the 4 units, okay? So let's go over the team. The way it works is Basar goes first. You normally go versus Basarable teams. If you can't really Basar the team, you shouldn't be using this team, right? But you can hit the G Purguses though, just because you do have AoE setup, but your AoE setup on the second turn is a stunner. So if you stun the G-Purgus, he can't really do anything to interrupt you. Okay, so that's how it goes. You go Basar, and then Leo stun and slow. Spez goes after and kills someone, and then Oxlots gives it the turn. Oxlots has a little surprise, which is the Spirit's Breath. Spirit's Breath on Oxlots means that every time he does S2, and it procs Spirit's Breath, which is a high chance, 100% at max, he gets his S2 back. So basically you're making Oxlots a Spez, because every time Oxlots gets a turn, you give the turn to Spez, and Spez can loop a lot. So that's the point. And the slow with Leo, where's my Leo at? Ringing, okay. And the slow with Leo is very important here, because the stun chance is low, but landing the slow it guarantees you the loop, because your enemies will move down, they'll move faster, they'll move slower in the CR bar, and then you'll get to loop because of this. Every time Spez kills a person, your whole team gets 16% CR with sachet tons. And this is why Leo is so good, because he's a ranger. He can carry this, and he can slow. So his slow plus this CR, plus the fact that this Oxlots, every time he uses his S2, that gives 100% CR to whoever you pick, it also gives 30% self-combat readiness. So when you give the turn to Spez, and Spez kills someone from the Oxlot's turn, he gets 30% plus 16%, so 46% to the next turn, every time you kill someone. So what's gonna happen is, you're gonna do Basar, Leo, Spez is gonna kill one person, that's gonna push the team, Oxlot's gonna give the turn, Spez is gonna kill another person, and that's gonna push the team further. Because the enemy is gonna be slowed, and you're gonna get CR from killing people, your Oxlots will loop, and you'll give the third turn to Spez and kill the other person, right? If the remaining unit you left was a slow unit, what's gonna happen is you're gonna loop them even further. So if you get 4 stuns with Leo and you got the slows, you just start killing everyone from the highest CR to the lowest CR in the bar, and then you'll kill 4 people without your enemy moving. And that's the pretty thing about this unit, about this team. So we're gonna go into arena, and we're gonna try to find a Basarable team, which I'm pretty sure none of these are. This first one right here, the one that I'm gonna leave at the top there, RB, Maid Chloe, DZ, whatever, that's Basarable, because if that's a counter DZ, it's Basarable, but it is RNG, because not only will you deal with the RNG from Fat Cat, you're also gonna deal with the RNG of the counters from the DZ. So we're gonna hit it, but we're expecting to lose. You can beat it though. By the way, I could even use this team because it has so much immunity that it would be okay, but it would be a long fight. And most of the time, I do call this a Spez cleave because it's very fast. It's basically a cleave. You just kill them one by one, but they cannot get revived, and that's pretty good. So, let's see. Fast easy? Okay, fast easy doesn't matter. We will lose anyway. We're not going to play with this RNG. We could survive if she doesn't debuff everyone, but that's too much RNG for me, so I'm not going to play with that. And she landed everything, so I'm not going to play with that RNG. So, we're just gonna give off on this one, and we're gonna refresh. Alright, so let's see. Find a Basarable team. Basarable team. The bottom one's kind of Basarable, but not really. Finding Basarable teams in high champion, in high challenge or champion is not easy. Alright, we found a Basarable team, right here. Ayasune. Okay, if the enemy team doesn't have Lilias, if it doesn't have champion Zeratu, or another Basar, because I don't fight other Basars because I assume my Basar is pretty slow. So I never fight them. But the first team is Basarable, the second team is Basarable, because none of those have a threat, right? So I'm gonna hit the first 2 teams. And you'll see why this is a cleave. This one will be an explanation, the second one is just gonna be fast, and those are the teams I kinda love to hit. So, we're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna pick this team. So the threats here are SSB and Moonlight Ken, right? Moonlight Ken is not the bigger threat, right? Because the AoE setup is going to make him counter, but most of the time they don't really kill, and even if they did, we just have to play with more RNG. So you do what normally people do with Basar, you burn with Basar, push and strip, and then you go with Leo. The Leo phase will decide if it's an easy fight or a hard fight. If you get a lot of stuns with Leo, it's really easy, you kill everyone off, no one moves, easy, okay? if you don't get all the stuns, it's pretty hard. By the way, this ML can hits pretty fucking hard. Almost 10k with just a counter no attack buff. Which means that we really need to stun him, otherwise my Leo is gonna die. And we also need to stun the SSP because she's gonna counter soon. And those continuous counters really do hurt. So now we pray for Leo like we do in every match, and if he lands the stuns, we win. Okay, this is pretty bad. That's 10k. This Ken is insanely strong, but this also means that he's gonna die fast. Even though they have a lot of damage reduction, though, this is gonna be very risky. Okay, we can kill anyone with this guy. Doesn't really matter what we pick. But as you can see, that Moonlight Ken is pretty slow, and he has the slow debuff. Even though we're not gonna get the CR boost from killing because Leo is dead, it's still gonna be enough to loop. So we're just gonna kill this guy, and now we're gonna give the turn back to Spez. And can we even push further? Let's see. Did we proc the thing? Yeah, we proc the thing. So as you can see, we're just gonna kill the third one, and I'm pretty sure my Oxlot's gonna loop. Even though there's no CR, the other guy is slowed. Yeah, there you go, see? Because the slow is there. People really disregard the slow on PvP, but that slow allowed me to, without CR boost from Leo, without those 16%, I looped 3 times with this guy. So now I just give the turn. Because he hits so hard, it also means that he's fucking squishy. And I hope so he's squishy. So, because he hits so hard, he should die from this. There you go. See? He hit very hard, so he was squishy. So he died. Without defense buff, without defense break, or anything. And this is how my Spez team works. You just kill people. As you kill people, you get CR, the enemy gets slowed, and the slow is very, very important. When people ask me, hey, why don't you use Moonlight Aramentha? I would never use Aramentha with this comp. If I were to use Aramentha, I would try to use another comp. Because Aramentha secures the stuns, right? But she doesn't get that slow. And the slow is really important. Like, if there was a match that proves how important that slow is, it was this one we just had. We didn't have the CR push from killing people, because Leo died right away, but just with the slow, we looped that guy 2 times. So that's how important slow is for a fast Spez team, right? So let's hit this team. This team, same thing, but this time is pretty much a little bit easier. Slightly. Not that easy. If this guy is on Moonlight Dreamblade, which actually he isn't, because it didn't pop up, it would be hard, but RBs are always squishy, meaning that you never need a stun on them, unless they have Moonlight Dreamblade, because then you're gonna get cucked by RNG, but even then, if you stun the RB, it doesn't matter if he has Moonlight Dreamblade, because he still hits through it with all the damage. So we're just gonna strip push. I'm pretty sure this Ken shouldn't hit that hard. The last Ken was one of the hardest hitting ones I've seen. He really hit for quite a lot. This one's gonna hit for half, for half of the other one. Alright, let's see if we can get our sweet stuns. And we always change strats. I'll explain what I'm talking about. When we do get a lot of stuns, the strat kind of changes. Why? Because when you get a lot of stuns, you start attacking. For example, imagine if everyone was stunned in this case, right? What I would do in this case would be I would kill Maid Chloe, then I would kill Crozet, then I would kill ML Ken, and then I would kill RB. Why? Because it means they're slower. A slower unit with a slow debuff means that they never get to fucking move, right? So if I kill Maid, I get pushed. If I kill Crozet, I get pushed. And then the rest of the CR that I don't make up for getting pushed, I just loop naturally because they're slowed, right? So as you're gonna see here, all the units that are slowed, they're gonna start moving ahead, and then ML Ken is gonna move ahead of the Crozet just because of that slow. So that normally happens. But here, what do? If I attack the RP, I can get counterattacked right away from this Crozet. So we don't need to kill this Maid because of the fact that we have an extinction. We don't need to kill revivers. We can leave revivers alone, right? But this can also happen. We also loop all this stuff, but again, we have a chance to RNL proc, and when we do RNL proc, it just makes our life so much easier. So as you can see here, our Leo is already going to push up, as you can see. Now, we can just push this guy up, And for all those tankier units, yeah, that escape the CR, whatever, you always have Leo. So now Basar does a suicide debuff, which actually landed, so which is good. Which means that in the worst case scenario, I can attempt to stun with the Spez S2, because Spez still has his S2. And Leo, on his second turn, has a 100% chance to decrease your enemy's defense. With the Spez built-in 30% penetration plus defense buff, it means that even though his stats in terms of crit damage are not super high, it doesn't matter. If we land a defense break, doesn't matter if this guy's 20k HP, it just doesn't matter. But this guy isn't that, well, we got the stun. That also works. And as you can see, we looped again. We looped again with our Oxlots, and every time he does that, he procs Spirit's Breath, and we get another turn. So, yet again, another easy win, which is pretty good. So as you can see, this is the main two arena teams I use. The third team I use is very specific. Every time I find an enemy with a Assassin Collie, because Assassin Collie comps, you normally don't see them in a tank comp. In a tank comp, in a tank comp. Why don't you see them in the tank comp? Because it doesn't matter if you have like 3 bruisers or 3 high HP targets, and then you put a very squishy one in there. It doesn't mean anything, because normally you fight bruisers with other bruisers, right? You don't normally try to cleave bruisers, because that's the whole point. They're tanky. You're not supposed to kill them in one shot. Let's go back into arena, and I'm gonna show you if I can see if I can find one of those teams. All right, we have one here. This is perfect. It's like I planned it. Who knows? So a team like this is also pretty fine. The biggest difference with a team like this is that I would use this. Because my Pavel team is also a pretty standard cleave team, but he gets the protection from Ethan. Ethan is a light unit, which also works as a light bait unit, meaning that, for example, if I wanted to use this team, I could, but for example, if that Assassin Seed hits my Blingo, it's gonna be a pain in the ass for that Blingo to recover, because Blingo dies, the CR boost from Melbassar comes off, right? But then Blingo is dead. He doesn't get the CR benefit. So when he gets revived by the maid Chloe, he's gonna get revived with lower CR. So I gotta pray that he gets the turn so he can cast invincibility. So this type of team, I can use it and it probably works, but I need to pray that he goes for the maid Chloe or he goes for the G Purgus, because otherwise it's gonna be a mess, right? So to avoid this, I use a team like this one, and let's see it in the works. Which is also very good in this team is that they have 3 dark units that are single target, meaning that our Ethan is gonna soak all that up. Nice damage, buddy. We do lose the privilege to Soulburn here, but hopefully with the effectiveness we have, it's enough to strip the immunity. It was. Good. Right, they can counter all they want, it doesn't really matter. If we land the defense breaks here, Pavel just goes over them and destroys them. Oh, did we land? Okay, we landed on a very important unit. Alright, so now the problem is my Pavel is not perfect yet, meaning that he doesn't have immunity set yet. So the Crowset could counter and stun him, and that's gonna be pretty hard because the Ruel is gonna revive. But other than that, I don't really mind. I'm gonna take my risk. And don't stun. Yep, it happened exactly as I meant. So he can get countered though, because it doesn't matter. But who are you gonna cast that on? Don't cast it on Ruel, please. Yeah, of course you would. We can still do stuff from this because we still have the light bait, and all the things they try to do, they're gonna go through the light bait. We're gonna try to debuff them. But at this point, this is where it kind of becomes kind of messy. But it should work in the end. That guy's dead. We're gonna defense buff so our Bruiser Boy can tank more. We're gonna shield ourselves up, so he gets even harder to kill. And I think we're gonna dispatch this Sid. Even though we miss, it should kill. Because he has defense break on. Bloop, bloop, bloop. He did. That's one less guy. So she's gonna go ham on the Eaton. That's a waste of a skill. She's not even gonna burn through the shield. And now we're gonna go slowly for this. Okay, this is not slowly. This dual attack was huge. This was a huge dual attack. That cleanse was annoying. But at this point, it was annoying, yes. But now the Crozet can no longer counterattack because there's no back unit anymore. So we're just gonna slowly chip away at them. And keep going for this annoying unit right here. Damn, dude. These dual attacks, man, they're being clutch. I do think I want to provoke her, but I think she's on resist though. Yeah, but it's gonna start being a little bit of a problem because eventually I won't have enough to do things. Right, let's try the defense break. On the next turn, my Pavel should have S2 or S3, and that should be enough to get things done. Let's see. Okay, next turn. Next turn we get it, so we're just gonna soften up this Ruel. That was a bit more than softening up. And then we're gonna defense buff, which means that Ravi is not gonna kill the guy. This guy's a rock. He's one of the best fucking units in the game, dude. I swear to God. Eaton's so good. But now, it means that Pavel cleans up on everyone. And as you can see, it was sloppy because our RNG wasn't the best ever. Because we got that stun. If we didn't get that stun, we just insta-killed the Ruel, and she's no longer a problem to us. And that's my other team. Well guys, those are the 3 teams I use in Arena. I use no other teams, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you found it informative, leave it down in the comments, and give me some more ideas if you wanna, if you wanna make a third comp, based on these comps. But I'm pretty sure these comps are pretty well theory crafted, and they're pretty good. So there's that, and like and subscribe, I guess. See you guys later. Bye bye.